So good morning and welcome back to the class. I hope you have done all the work that I had assigned before leaving last class. So we will continue from that point. I had already shared the activity that we are going to do. I think I gave you that record pages on the group. I hope you have written the procedure. Only the procedure had to be written because I'm going to change the equations for the graphical solution. All right. Maybe you would have written it in the procedure that those three pairs of linear equations. I don't know if you have already written. Then you may have to only strike that and write down 3 more sets of new equations, because I'm not going to give you the same set of equations this time. I sent even the graphs, how it is to be done. The working should be there, and then the graphical solution should come over the top. The graph sheet should be pasted in a particular manner. All this I have shown as pics there. Now today we will discuss how to do the graphical solution and how to interpret algebraically what will happen when 2 pairs of linear equations are given and their graphical solution is required. So today's class will help you complete the activity. If you have not already written the procedure, please write it down at least today. Only the equations will be different. I'm not giving you the same set of equations for the graphical solutions. So we will start with the class. So there is a condition which will tell us what kind of solution you are going to get by just looking and comparing the coefficients of the given set of linear equations. So now I'll go to the board and try to explain to you as how you can find out whether a given set of linear pairs of equations in 2 variables will have intersecting lines as the solution, coincident lines as the solution, or parallel lines as the solution. This we discussed in our previous class, but we will repeat it again. So I'll go to the board and from there I will continue. Yeah, I hope the board is visible. Now there are 3 ways in which the solution could happen. Given a set of linear equations, suppose if it is written in the general form like this. I have the first equation as a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals 0, and the second equation as a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals 0. So if a1, b1 and c1 are the coefficients of the x, y term and the constant term, and similarly a2, b2 and c2 are the coefficients of the term with x, term with y and the constant term, then by comparing these coefficients, we can decide what kind of graphical solution we are going to get for the equations. So these are 3 conditions you must remember. So if I am able to identify A1, B1, C1, A2, B2 and C2 from the given set of equations, then I should be able to compare the ratios in this manner. If I find out what is A1 by A2 and B1 by B2 and see that they are not equal to one another, then you can directly go and decide that I will be getting intersecting lines as the solution of the given set of equations. So once you're getting intersecting lines, it means there can be only one unique solution for the given set of equations. So when I'm saying intersecting lines, it is very much understood that the 2 straight lines will meet in a single point. And if they meet at a single point, it means that there can be only one solution for the given set of equations. So that was the first condition. Once you see that A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, then I'm going to get a unique solution. And the lines will be intersecting at a single point. Now the second condition, it may happen like this. When you calculate A1 by A2, it may be equal to B1 by B2, but again it will not be equal to C1 by C2. That is, the first ratio and the second ratio will be equal. But the third ratio, that is the ratio between the constant terms, will not be equal to A1 by A2 or B1 by B2. In such a condition, I can decide that the lines will be parallel. So if the lines are parallel, what can we say about the solution? Because the lines don't meet at all. There is no common solution to equations that is given to me. And hence, by algebraically interpret that I don't have a solution for this given set of equations. Now moving on to the third condition, when A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, which is again equal to C1 by C2. That means all the three ratios are mutually equal. In such a case, what I will get is coincident lines. What do you understand by coincident lines? One line will exactly lie over the other. So the lines will be the same. You will get the same line again for the first and the second equation. So if they are coincident lines, it means the solution is infinite because every point on that line is a solution. Now because each line is lying over the other, all the points on that line will be solution for the given set of equations. Alright, so this is how you will be able to judge and decide whether the given pair of equations results in intersecting lines, parallel lines or coincident lines. Please take this down quickly. This is exactly what we will repeat in our activity also. So you must try to understand, identify and apply these ratios so that you are able to tell what kind of lines you get, and henceforth you should be able to tell what is the kind of solution you will be getting in the set of equations. So please take it down. We will start checking whether we are able to apply this in the problems. I can't give you too much time. Take it down quickly. Now those have written down, you can go to your exercise 3.2. I will start with the third main. We will come back to the first and the second main a little later. Look at the third main. Okay, I think I have given you enough time to write that down. Otherwise, please watch in the video and later on complete. Now the question number 3 says, on comparing the ratios A1 by A2, B1 by B2 and C1 by C2, find out whether the following pair of linear equations are consistent or inconsistent. Now I forgot to add that word there. When do I say a pair of lines is consistent or inconsistent? Any idea what it will be like? If anyone can tell me?
Ma'am, consistent will have a solution and inconsistent will
be
not have a
having
solution.
only one unique solution. So such pair of equations will be consistent. So here you can write, when you have a single solution or a unique solution, we tell that the pair is consistent. You can write it down here itself. I forgot to mention this. Consistent. So when there is a unique solution, we say it is consistent. So can you guess what will be inconsistent?
No solution.
There is no solution at all. When there is a unique solution, we say the pair of equations is consistent. So when there is no solution at all, when is it that there is no solution at all? When the lines are parallel. So this will be an inconsistent set of equations. And what do you think will be the last one? That is the infinite solution.
Consistent and dependent.
Yes, it will be a dependent consistent. That means it depends on the second line. If the second line happens to be on the first line dependent, consistent. It is not wholly consistent because it is not having a unique solution, but it is depending on the second line to be decided whether there are infinite solutions or only a unique solution. Alright, so now we will continue with our question. This also you must remember because they may not ask in the question whether it is a unique solution or no solution. If they say consistent, you must understand it has got a unique solution. If they say inconsistent, you must know it is no solution. Or they may ask you to check whether a given pair of equations is inconsistent or consistent, like I read in problem number 3 just now. Find out whether the following pair of linear equations are consistent or inconsistent. So we'll take down the first equation, which is given as 3x plus 2y. This is the third main I am doing. In exercise 3.2 in page number 49. So the third main I am taking the first question, that is 3x plus 2y equals 5. And the second set is 2x minus 3y equals 7. So you must see this in the general form. See if it is already given in the general form and hence find out what is a1 by a2, b1 by b2 and c1 by c2. Do it, let me see. Write it in the general form. What is the general form? a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals 0. So write it in the general form and try to compare what is a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2 and hence find out their ratios. So this I will write as a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals 0. This will be a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals 0. So now comparing it, you know a1 is positive 3, b1 is 2, it is positive 2 and what will be C1? C1 will be negative 5. Because when you write it in the general form, you will write it as 3x plus 2y minus 5 equals 0. Alright? So you must be very careful when you choose the coefficients. So similarly, when you compare what is A2, what is B2 and what is C2, you will get them as A2 is positive 2, B2 is negative 3 and C2 is negative 7. I hope you have understood the negative 5 and the negative 7. When you write it in the general form, this 7 and this 5 has to come to the left hand side. So they will take the negative signs here. Now find out A1 by A2, B1 by B2 and C1 by C2. And then decide whether it is consistent or inconsistent. A1 by A2 is 3 by 2. B1 by B2, it is 2 by negative 3. And what is C1 by C2? It is negative 5 divided by negative 7, which will be 5 by 7. This you will write as negative 2 by 3. So what can you decide now? What will you tell? What kind of solution should you have?
Consistent.
Solution.
Yes, which of these conditions is visible there? A1 by A2 is not at all equal to B1 by B2. In the first step only you can find out A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. So what kind of algebraic interpretation can you tell? It is going to be a consistent set of linear equations. The question was find out whether the following pair of linear equations are consistent or not. The pair of equations is consistent. So this is how you will complete the problem. Once you are showing that A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, you should be able to say they form a consistent set of equations. So many people get added only. At the end of the class, I will be adding. Take down quickly. I have just turned the laptop a little because I wrote it on that side. Okay, now try the second one on your own. Go ahead and try the second one. The second set of equations is 2x minus 3y equals 8. And the second equation is 4x minus 6y equals 9. So first write it in the general form. Then compare to find out what is A1, A2, B1, B2 and then C1, C2. Then go and find their ratios, which will allow you to tell whether it is consistent or inconsistent. Try the second one and tell me whether you're getting a consistent or inconsistent. Yeah, could you find out what is A1 by A2, B1 by B2 and C1 by C2? Are they equal? Are they not equal?
Ma'am, A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2.
Are you
but
getting
not
A1 by
equal to
A2 is equal to B1 by B2, but it is not equal to C1 by C2? Then only you can say it is inconsistent. Are you getting an inconsistent pair of equations? Please
Yes,
try.
ma'am.
All this is going to be your 1 mark. Don't take it very easily. Could you complete it? I don't know why
Yes,
there is
ma'am.
reply at all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me take it down and do. It is 2x minus 3y equals 8, or I'll write it in the standard form itself. 2x minus 3y minus 8 equals 0. And the second one is 4x minus 6y minus 9 equals 0. This is the second one we are doing. So now compare and try to get. Is someone getting added? No. Okay, A1 is positive 2, A2 is positive 4, B1 is negative 3, B2 is negative 6, this is negative 8 and negative 9. So let me go and find out what is A1 by A2. It will be 2 by 4, or in other words it is 1 by 2. B1 by B2 will be equal to negative 3 by negative 6, again that is 1 by 2. What is C1 by C2? It is negative 8 by negative 9, which will be 8 by 9. Now, what can I see? A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, but it is not equal to C1 by C2. So, the pair of equations is inconsistent. That's all you have to do. So, I think like this you will be able to complete the remaining 3 problems also there. Even if it is fractions, you should know how to divide fractions to find out the ratios. You should know how to divide the fractions to find the ratio. So I'm not going to do that. You will complete the 3, 4 and 5 in the classwork itself. So maybe you can do it later on. Now I will go back to I think I'll take up the second one itself. Because it is the graphical solution that I want you to do. Now the second question, please look at it. There are 3 sets of equations. These are the 3 sets which I want you to do in the record. Alright. So here you are only going to say whether you are going to get parallel lines, coincident lines or intersecting lines. So here I don't want you to draw the graph. I just want you to compare A1, A2, B1, B2 and C1, C2. Find the ratios and decide whether you are going to get intersecting lines, parallel lines or coincident lines. But for the record, you must go and draw the graphs of these equations, complete it, and you should have seen the last unruled page there is a table like this. If you have gone through the pics that I have sent in the group, you will see that this kind of table is there in the last page, which you have to do it in the unruled side after pasting all the graphs. So finish the graphs and complete this table by this weekend so that that activity will be completed. Now I'll tell you how to do the activity. So first, write down all the 3 pairs of equations. One by one, we will try to find out what kind of lines we are going to get. And later on, I'm going to tell you also how you have to do it in the record. If you want to do it here once in the classwork, do it. But for the record, I need the graphs. Here, even if the graph is not there, it's not a problem. But if you are doing the graph here once, it is a practice. You will be able to do it perfectly in the record. Many times to add these people. Okay, now I think I will clear the board so that I use the entire board. Maybe let me see how I can use it best without clearing that table. Because I'll be focusing back on that table. So try to kindly adjust. I may be writing at the end of the board or in between the bottom portion also I have to use because I have to show you the graphical solution also. I may not be drawing the graph. I'll just show you once again how to get the ordered pairs. So let us write down the first set of equations. this we have shifted to the second problem now, because it is asking me what kind of lines I am going to get. So the first set of equations is 5x minus 4y plus 8 equals 0. And then this is 7x plus 6y minus 9 equals 0. So you compare the two equations as a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals 0 and a2x plus b1y plus c2 equals 0. So by looking at it, I can tell my a1 is positive 5, a2 is positive 7, b1 is negative 4, b2 is positive 6, c1 is positive 8 and c2 is negative 9. Alright, so now I go to the ratios, that is a1 by a2 is 5 by 7. Then my b1 by b2 is negative 4 by 6, which I can take as negative 2 by 3. And the last one is c1 by c2, which will be negative 8 by 9. 8 by negative 9 or negative 8 by 9. Both of them mean the same. Alright, so now I got a1 by a2, b1 by b2 and c1 by c2. It is already telling that a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. So I am going to get a unique solution, or it is a pair of consistent set of equations. So within bracket you will write, it will be intersecting lines, because I have a unique solution. When I say a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, I know I will get a unique solution. That means the pair of equations are consistent and the solution will be unique with intersecting lines. Now, how do I represent this graphically? I think the last class I have just given you a hint about how to do it. So once again, I thought I will tell you, because graphical solution has come for the last 2-3 years continuously in section D. For standard maths, it has come in section C. So getting a 3 marks or losing a 3 marks is in your hands now. So please concentrate how it has to be done. It is very simple to score these 3 marks. See, they are directly asking questions by giving the equations. Otherwise, you have to frame the equation and then get the graphical solution. Last year, it was simply given. The 2 equations were given and they were told, find the graphical solution. What else can you expect? If it is such a simple question, you should be able to find the graphical solution. That's why I am taking this class exclusively for graphical solution alone. Alright, so whenever you get a set of equations, first find out this, whether you're going to get intersecting lines, you're going to get parallel lines, or you're going to get coincident lines. And how do you decide this? Using this table. That's why I put the table also. So first satisfy yourself before you take the graph. If you are very sure it is going to be intersecting lines, then you must show the point of intersection on the graph. Such should be your scale taken and the ordered pairs that you're going to decide. So I'll start with the ordered pairs from here now. I'll just tell to the laptop so that I get some space to do it. So I'll start from here. Now the first set of equation, I'm writing it down here, is 5x minus 4y plus 8 equal to 0. Like I have told you, you have to transpose and get x in terms of y or y in terms of x. So now I think division by 5 will be easy. So I will write it like this. 5x equals, I transpose both the negative 4y and the positive 8 the other side. So it will become 4y minus 8. Is that clear? It is just to transpose negative 4y and positive 8 to the right hand side. So negative became positive, positive became negative. That's all. Then I want x alone, so it will be 4y minus 8 whole divided by 5. Alright. Now I create the table for that. Here I told you you want at least 3 ordered pairs to find the solution. Minimum is 3. But if you can smartly get 4, it is always good. But not less than 3 ordered pairs. So what I should do, I have taken x in terms of y. So I should give values for y to find out the value of x. Alright. So we'll always think of starting from 0, because When I take 0, one term is getting eliminated. So 4 into 0 means it will be 0 minus 8 divided by 5. It will be negative 8 by 5, which is a fraction, which I thought I don't want now. So think about 1. 1 means 4 into 1. 4 minus 8. 4 minus 8 will be negative 4. Again, negative 4 divided by 5 is also a fraction. So let us wait. We'll see if we are getting a whole number anywhere. If I take 2, say y is equal to 2. If y equals 2, then x will be 4 into 2 minus 8 divided by 5. So what will that be equal to? 4 into 2 is 8. 8 minus 8 divided by 5. Numerator is 0 and this fraction becomes 0. So I got the first ordered pair, which is in whole numbers. Try avoiding getting decimals as ordered pairs. Why? Why should I avoid getting decimals? Because plotting will be easy. That's all. Otherwise, it is not a rule that you should not get decimals at all. If you can handle decimals properly on the graph, I don't have a problem. You can take it. But for convenience, it is always better to get whole numbers in the ordered pairs. So for 2, we could get a whole number. So 3 means just first put it there and see if you're getting a whole number. If you can't do it mentally, write down and do. All this should be shown. When you do it in the record also, if you have seen the thing properly, graph ke kelage this working is there. That's why I took the pic of both of them and I sent you. Again, I will show it you in the next class how the graph is pasted. So get ready with the graph, the ordered pairs, the working, everything in the record. This will be in pencil on the left hand side. So do everything and get ready. Finally, I'll show you how to complete the activity by pasting the graph sheets. Now we'll think of 3. It will become 12 minus 8, which will be 4 by 5, again a fraction. Think about 4. 4 fours are 16. 16 minus 8 will be again 8 by 5 fraction. Think of 5. 5 fours are 20. 20 minus 8, again 12 by 5. Oh my God, where are we going? So you should keep on substituting till you get. So 6 times 6 fours are 24. 24 minus 8. Again, I am getting a fraction. So what to do in this case? Somewhere you have to adjust and take the fractions also. So let us think about taking maybe a 5 if y equals 5. So your x will be equal to 4 into 5 minus 8 divided by 5. So 4 5s are 20. 20 minus 8 will be 12 divided by 5. What will be 12 divided by 5? 12 divided by 5. 5 2s are 10. You carry your 2.4.
2.4.
2.4 should be possible. Let us see if you are able to do it. I have only 10 minutes to go. So I'll just tell you how to do the graph for this. One more point. Maybe we can think of a negative.
Negative 3.
Maybe we'll think of negative 1. Negative 12. Negative 2. 8, 16 by 5. Negative. Maybe it is going too much in the negative. Okay, then we will think of 5. We thought then 2 in the 5. 8. 32. No. 7. 28. Yeah, I think 7 will give you a whole number. See, if y equals 7, x will be 4 into 7 minus 8 divided by 5. So that will be equal to 20
negative
minus 8 will be 20 by 5 and hence it will become 4. So when y is equal to 7, x is equal to 4. Yeah? So this is how you should be able to get the first 3 ordered pairs at least. Alright, 3 I can stop. If you want to get the 4th ordered pair, you can go ahead. Like this, you will take it to the next equation, that is 7x plus 6y minus 9 equals 0. Idu nanu kelavu values skip markondu hogideni. If you want to work out and see, please work out and see. Nobody is stopping you. If you are able to mentally calculate what is the numerator and then divide by things, it is fine. So I could skip and go because I am able to calculate. If you want to do it one by one, after 2, 3 try martini, 4 try martini, then 5, then 6, then 7. Ilinu hage starting 0 in the shuru martini value of y, and I will calculate what is x accordingly. So you can do it if you want. you are not able to do it mentally. You can always write down, calculate, and do. Nobody is going to stop you. Alright. Now this also I should write it x in terms of y or y in terms of x. Maybe I will again try x itself. So 7x will be negative 6y plus 9. Or x will be negative 6y plus 9 whole divided by 7. I hope that is understood. So now you have to give values for y and find out the value of x. So go ahead doing it. So give values for y. It may be if y is 0, I'll get 9 by 7. Difficult. So y is 1. Negative 6 positive 3, 3 by 7. 2. Negative 12 positive 9. Again it is a negative 3 by 7. 4. 24 minus 9.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
negative 2.
Again no. Yes. Is there any place where I will get
Ma'am, negative 2.
y is equal to negative 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, y is equal to negative 2. What did you get? X is equal to
Ma'am,
negative 6
Positive
into
3.
2 plus 9
Positive.
whole divided by 7. So that will be positive 12 plus 9 divided by 7. That is 21 by 7, which will be 3. Good. So negative 2, I get a positive 3. Good. See, this is how you should be able to do. So think of the next one. 0 hagilla, but 1, negative 1 hagilla, 2 hagile. 1, 2, 3, yavu hagilla. If there is a decimal, sometimes you may have to take. You know it is going to be intersecting lines. Correct? For y is equal to 2, what did you get? Negative 2 only you got this. For y is equal to 2, should be x is equal to 0 because here we were getting 0. 8 minus 8 by 5, yeah, we were getting 0. What about here? Y is equal to 2? No? We are getting a decimal. Let us try what it is. 2 means it is negative 6 into 2 plus 9 divided by 7. So it will be negative 12 positive 9 whole divided by 7. So negative 12 positive 9 will be negative 3.
Negative 3.
That's why I said it's not
Negative 3 by 7.
Negative
So
3
try
by
to check this and get 2 more values to find out where is the point of intersection. So I hope you should be able to complete this. Shall we try for some more time? I think I have 2-3 more minutes. I am waiting for somebody else to give me one more whole number. 1 or 2
Ma'am,
more.
can we take negative? Ma'am, can we take negative 5? 5.
5. Y is negative 5. Did you get a whole number? Let us see. So y is negative 5. My x will be
Ma'am, even negative 9.
to negative 5 plus 9 whole divided by 7. That is negative 35 plus positive 9 divided by 7. What is negative 35 and positive 9? Not 35, sorry, 30. Did I write 35? 6, 5, 6,
Negative
30, sorry.
21.
Ma'am, negative 9.
Negative 30 and positive 9.
Negative 21.
Again, it will
Ma'am,
be
negative
negative
9.
21. So negative 21 by 7 will give you negative 3. So negative 5 for y, negative 3 for x. Yes, let us go and
Ma'am,
find out. See, now when you have
Ma'am, negative
negative 2
9.
as a whole number, negative 5 you are getting whole number. ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಧ್ಯ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ? You have left
Ma'am,
negative 3, negative 4. So 5
Ma'am,
others,
negative 9.
negative 7. You can find negative 7 maybe. For y is equal to 1.
Ma'am, negative 9.
9 negative 9. For y.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
y, let me see what is that you're getting. Y equals negative 9. Where shall I write? Which part of the board is visible? Okay, I'll continue here. Y is negative 9. So x will be negative 6, negative 9 plus positive 9 divided by 7. So this is positive 54. No, here I think we have made a mistake, my dear. This was negative 6, negative 5. No, it is positive
Ma'am, it
13.
will come
How did you get this negative? Sorry,
39
I don't know
by
who said
7.
this. Please
Ma'am,
look
it
at the
will
board.
come 39 by 7.
Ma'am, that is positive 5.
Which is
Ma'am,
positive
1 to
9.
negative into negative.
Ma'am, instead of
Which is
negative
positive
5, we
9.
can take
No, I'm
positive
talking
5.
1, 3. Not at all. We are not getting the whole
Ma'am,
number.
its
We won't take
answer
it.
Ma'am, if we take
Because
answer
positive
will be
5,
39 by
correct. We take.
ma'am, positive 5.
You have to be a little louder. I can't hear most of what you people are speaking.
Ma'am, it should be positive 5.
Yeah, maybe it is positive 5, but somebody started with a negative 5. That's why I'm saying that cannot be taken. Yeah, okay, we will try the positive 5.
ಯಾವ ಗೋಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ
So when it is a positive 5, what happened to my equation? Negative 30 plus 9 whole divided by 7.
ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನ್ ನೋಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲ
5 and negative 3. So what should be the next one? See the gap between negative 2 and 5. How many numbers did you leave in between? Negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 numbers are skipped. So next you have to skip 6 more numbers to get the whole one. So from 5 you skip 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 you must
ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ
try.
ಚಿಕ್ಕಂದ
That you will try and complete. Maybe I have to stop the class here because I'm reaching almost 39 minutes. So complete this. Try. The clue is you will
ಮೈಸೂರಲ್ಲಿ 50 ಜನ ಸತ್ತೋಗೋರೆ 1320 ಜನ ಆಗೋರೆ 500 ಜನ ಗುಣ
when y equals 12, find out what is x. Maybe you will get a whole number. So please complete this. When you come for the next class, I'll show you how to complete the record part. Now for the record, I have told you this is the first set of equations. Like this, there are 2 more equations in second main. So these 3 sets of equation you have to show it graphical. If any of you is able to complete the graphical solution, we will discuss this in the next class. I will show what that person has done and the remaining have to follow. But I sincerely request that you all try on your own because I have just told you how you have to do it. So I think we will stop here and we will join back on Monday. Try to complete the equations like this. Find the graphical solution and draw the graph if you have a complete ordered pace. All right. So it is bye now from this side. Complete the work and get back on Monday. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.